everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for returning back to the channel. I'm Annabelle, this is Mark.
Hi everyone.
And basically we want to do a quick catch up with you guys because it's been quite a long time since we last did a video with you. We've had a bit of a rest, I think, from social media lately.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. We've had to do quite a few bits around the house, but yeah, we've kind of kept our heads down and just got on with life in general, I think, is what we've been doing. It's been quite busy.
Yeah, but it's nice to just take a break from social media because, you know, we all need that. And when that happens, we don't really let anybody know, do we? We don't tell anyone, we just kind of take our break. So, but it doesn't mean we're not coming back, and it doesn't mean we're not going to be making any more videos, because we are. And we have been planning one here, so we thought we would discuss more about moving to France, life in France, because we've still got so much to talk about and probably things that we've missed out along the way.
It's a big topic, so there's a lot to talk about, isn't there, really? And yeah, we want to obviously this week discuss different areas and the most popular areas, I would have said. And
well, we want to discuss the best places to live in France. And we're going to talk about probably the top 7 most desirable places to live in France. Also, no doubt the most expensive places to live in France. But we have lived in one of the top 2 most expensive places to live in France, and we still managed to live there, didn't we? We still managed to do it on, you know, not a big, huge income, or I don't know, we didn't have like a huge cushion of money to do it, but we still managed to do it. Even as a small family, we managed to do it, didn't we?
We found a way to do it because it's what we want to do.
Yes.
And we just found a way, and that's the way to describe it.
Yeah, that's right. And I think when you want to do something like that, you do just find a way, but it doesn't just happen overnight, and it's not going to just fall on your lap and just all fall into place. What I do want to say though, I wanted to add that when we moved to France, it took a lot of planning prior to moving to France. So we had to get a lot of our finances in place, didn't we? In check. We had to line up all our ducks, didn't we? And get them all lined up and everything sorted out, because we wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. We had to be in a financially better place, a healthier place. Because I remember when we were young, like a lot of youngsters, you know, you don't think of saving, you don't think of like putting that money aside. Not everybody does. Some people do, and well done to you who do that.
I'm certainly not one of those people. Even now, I'm not one of those people.
No, but we have got better. And I think I have been helping us, you know, to financially just be more conscious about how we use money. And we have like a monthly budget that we stick to, and we have been doing that for years, which has helped us catch up with any borrowed money and paying things back. And it did, didn't it? And I mean,
it's helped.
Yeah.
Helped.
And I mean, I never buy things unless I can actually have the money to actually, like a car, for example. I've never gone and bought a brand new car. I've never done that, because in my mind, I only want to buy what I can afford. Anyway, I think finances is really a really important topic, but we could do a whole other video on that, because that is actually quite a useful topic.
It is. It's a useful topic.
Well, people don't like to think about it. But
you have to plan it. You have to plan it for if you want to do these crazy things and move from country to country and do these sort of different things. You need to make sure that you're able to, because you need to have things set aside for emergencies.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if we hadn't have done that, the money that became available to actually be able to buy a house in France, we wouldn't have been able to use it for that. We would have had to have used it to pay back debt. But thankfully, because we got ourselves on track and we had cleared that big bulk of, you know, any debt that we had, we could then use that for other things. But that took a lot of work. I mean, it took a lot of, you know, it takes a lot of dedication and time to actually, oh God, the wind, to actually, you know, get to that point where you can not worry about all of, you know, all this paying back money. But anyway, today we are going to stick to the topic and not, you know, divert, but, you know, with me, I divert. But yes, so I just wanted us to just clarify a little bit for our audience. Okay, thanks everybody as well for subscribing lately, because we've got new subscribers.
We have, yes, thank you. And do obviously like, subscribe and all the rest of it to the video as well.
We love having you with us, don't we?
Great.
But we do love making these videos. Hello Luna. She'll be alright.
She's our cat.
She's settled down. Settled down. She's really hot. Our cats are really hot at the moment.
Summertime. It's warm here
really
at the moment.
Warm.
And yeah, she's wondering what the wind is over there. We've got a fan blowing to give us some fresh air running through. So
it's a hot day today.
It's a warm one. It's
over 30 degrees.
Well over 30 degrees today. Yeah.
Was it 32, 33?
Yeah, 32, 33 at least.
It's
warm.
lovely.
It's nice. It's nice.
So yeah, but we thought we'd fit this little video in. So I just wanted to fill in our watchers about when we rented in France, because I think we forgot to kind of point out some interesting, important points. What kind of properties did we rent out and how much did we have to pay for those properties in those areas? I think we can quickly just clarify that for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, from when we lived in the south of France, in Provence, we were lucky enough we didn't have to rent or buy or do anything, because we stayed at a family home down there and looked after it and helped manage it. So we were quite lucky at that moment in time, and we didn't have any expenses in that side.
No, we were like the concierge.
We were, and it was really nice, beautiful place.
It was part of the package.
Beautiful place, beautiful area, really nice to be.
And what area was it?
Well, it's in Provence.
Yes, it was in Provence, but Provence is big. So we were in the Canet des Mours.
Yeah, in the Var.
In the Var. So we weren't far from Le Luc. Was probably our closest little town to us.
It was, yeah, on the route to Saint-Tropez. So we were on the main road from the motorway to Saint-Tropez. So, yeah, it's a really interesting area of France as well, because the valley that we were in, they call it, well, they basically say it's Africa, and it's the closest you can get to being in Africa without actually being in Africa. So it's really interesting.
And it's got the similar climate. It's the only place in France with its own kind of climate.
Yeah,
similar to Africa.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the summer it's very hot and very dry. Very hot, very dry. I mean, we had 40+ degrees for weeks on end there.
I think it might have been a particularly hot summer. I don't know.
I think it was equally as hot the following year, actually.
It was actually, yeah.
But it's interesting because it's quite a dry heat though, so it's like, they say it's like Africa, and it very much is. And it's the only place in France where they have tortoises as well.
They had wild tortoises.
Yeah, actually wild
we
tortoises.
Had some in the garden.
Yeah, running around it. It's crazy.
Oh, that was so lovely. And they used to come and eat the mulberries.
Yes, they did. They loved the mulberry trees.
We had a mulberry tree and it was full of fruits, and the little tortoises would come and munch. Amazing.
Absolutely loved it. But yeah, that was a lovely area of France. Not a cheap area of France if you want to buy.
Now, yes, the south of France is no average part of France. So, especially Le Var. So you might have cheaper properties in other parts of the south of France, but Le Var is very unique. Because it's the billionaires' land, really. It's where they go and buy their properties. Saint-Tropez and everything. It's where they have their yachts and Cannes, you know, and Monaco's not far away at all, is it? It's a stone throw away.
We were an hour from Nice, so it's about an hour and 15 minutes from Monaco. You're about 45 minutes from Cannes, or Cannes. Cannes, which is where they have the film festival each year. And we were about 30 minutes-ish from Saint-Tropez. So, it was quite the area, and you could certainly at night, because we had the main road that went across the bottom, sort of the bottom of the garden, there's main route. and you could hear the cars
The
coming.
Lamborghinis.
Yeah, Lamborghinis was coming through the hills in the background,
Well,
and
you
then
knew
came
it was
past
a
the front of the house.
Lamborghini. You could, the
Yeah.
sound of the engine
Oh,
was quite amazing in the middle of the night.
Yeah, people weren't hanging around on those roads, but yeah,
4 in the morning.
you could hear the money. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a beautiful
Yeah.
area, and actually not as. I mean, if you want to buy and live there, it's buy property is expensive, but
Well,
but it's a beautiful area to be. Actually, it was.
Well,
the people were
apparently,
really nice.
your average around 3,860 euros per square metre
to buy that's a lot of money.
to buy,
Yeah, so yeah, that's
right?
an expensive area.
Whether that's a flat or a house, it doesn't matter. So it's the 4th most expensive region to live in, Le Var, and it covers the Alpes-Maritimes, Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur. Okay.
So it's a vast area. So it's not just people say like cities are expensive. They are, but that's the average for that whole entire region.
In fact,
and it's
here
huge.
on this part, it says it averages around 4,565 euros. So it's actually even maybe a little bit more. So the billionaires live on the French Riviera, which is, no secret. Everybody knows about that, don't they? So don't expect it to be one of the cheapest areas in France, because you're only going to find a cheaper, maybe, property in that area, but it doesn't make it the cheapest area.
No.
So the Cap d'Antibes and all that, that's really for the super rich.
It is, and it depends. I mean, you can move outside of these more expensive places and find slightly cheaper, like you said, out in the countryside a little bit more. But if you're averaging it on different areas, it's still one of the more expensive areas of France to live in regards to properties.
Right. So that was the situation for us when we lived in the south of France. Because it was quite a unique kind of situation.
It was.
But then we moved to the Haute-Savoie.
We did.
In the Alps after that. And we rented a farmhouse in a very small French mountain village with a little school. No shops or anything like that. You had to go down the mountain to go to the shops.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive down the mountain, wasn't it? So it's really, we were at 700 metres up, I think it was.
Yes. So we were in the Tarentaise, in La Léchère, not far from Aigues-Blanches.
No, and not far from Albeville.
Not far from Albeville, Moutier, Courchevel wasn't far, Maribel. Valmorel, I would say Valmorel is a beautiful place to go on holiday if you've got a family. Brilliant,
it's
brilliant, family friendly.
Yeah, winter skiing, summer biking, mountain biking, that sort of thing. Walking, really, really nice.
Really family friendly for skiing and being in the mountains.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, and we had the river l'Isère. So it's the Isère River that goes through, that was at the bottom, where it went through our mountain.
It cuts through the Alps, doesn't it?
It did. Yeah, so I was just thinking you've got like Bourg-Saint-Maurice, La Plaine. Anyway, that's the area. So we had this farmhouse. How many bedrooms was it?
It was,
About 3?
I suppose equivalent is like a 2 up, 2 down. So it had 3 bedrooms, but there were one big and 2 small, but it had like a little mini extension on it, didn't it, as well, which gave you.
Yeah, it had like a mezzanine in our bedroom, didn't it? It had
that
you could make into an extra room, potentially.
Yeah. But we weren't in or that close to ski resorts. We were in a place where the local people actually lived who worked in these ski resorts.
Yes.
We were a bit out of the way, which made a big difference in regards to what we paid per month in rent.
Yes, so we compromised basically, and we didn't want to be in a ski resort at the time. We really wanted that French mountain life, but also I think we went with what was affordable as well, obviously,
Absolutely.
and was giving us what we needed as a family.
Yeah.
And it was the only house available in that area that actually had room for a family. It didn't have a garden though.
It had a little allotment.
It had a patch. Oh yes, it was a separate allotment.
Only a couple of minutes
Yes.
later than that. To look at the hill.
It did, but it wasn't like a private, enclosed area, part of the house.
No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't. It was really quite public, to be honest. You know, it was just like having a plot of land to do your allotment. Yeah. Really.
Somewhere where you could grow your vegetables, and you could sit out there. We did sit out there, but you can grow your vegetables and stuff.
But it wasn't the same as having your own private garden.
No.
Which a lot of people do want, which I really would have preferred.
Absolutely.
But it was still very beautiful and lovely. So that house, it was a real kind of stone-built, wooden chalet farmhouse.
Yeah, it was.
And it was quite a good size. I can't remember exactly how big it was, but
can't remember exactly.
It had quite a nice open kitchen, which was separate to the lounge.
So yeah, I think it was. I don't know how big it was. Like you said, there was 3 bedrooms, 2. Well, 1 decent size and 2 quite small bedrooms, wasn't it?
So how much did we pay a month? How much was it?
€800 a month.
Tell the people.
We paid for that. Yeah, €800 a month we paid.
At the time, it was about €800 a month, and that was in 2016, around that time.
Yes, 2016, 2017. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Oh, that cranberry juice is nice.
It has.
It's got big ice cubes in it. Nice. Right. Yeah, so it was £800. That's what we got for €800. Sorry. The Haute-Savoie is in 7th place as the most expensive, most desirable place to live in France. So
I can understand why. And I think if you were to live in the ski resorts, to be clear, you're not going, unless you've got very, very deep pockets, you're not going to find a big house with a garden because you're on the side of a mountain. Normally, when it comes to ski resorts, so you tend to have apartments, and they tend to be these quite small rental apartments, aren't they? Like the ones where my friends have had. They're fit for purpose if you're going away for a week or a week or 2.
But not to live in as your everyday home.
No.
You could if you're into tiny homes, tiny living.
I mean, I don't think as a family we could live in it.
No, it would be very tricky.
Yes, I mean, a couple or on your own, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but not a
family. It gets complicated.
Family with 2 kids, 2 cats, and chickens,
ideal.
Not going to work.
No. So, and then I think. Well, they're the 2 places we have rented and lived in France.
They are. But you've also...
Oh yes, and then there was the other place in Normandy.
Oh yeah, the other place in Normandy. Yeah. Where
before we came here.
That's true enough. That is true enough.
We rented another house, one more house, didn't we?
We did, and that was to give us the ability to be back here and where we are now, actually.
Yeah. So that house was a really good house as well. We paid about 800.
No, it's more than that.
How much was it? I can't remember.
It was. I think it was almost €1,000 a month.
No, it was 895.
Was it 895? I thought it was more than that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was 895.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 895.
That's better than I thought.
It was 895. It was under €900.
I thought it was more than that.
Now that house in Normandy, we rented a big family house, a maison de maître.
Yeah.
Really spacious downstairs, huge big living space, open living, diner, lounge, underfloor heating.
Office space, 4 bedrooms.
Office room, its own. It was about as big as this room, the office.
Yeah, it was at least as big as this.
And then it had a separate kitchen, which they had converted, they'd extended out. Which was quite a good sized kitchen.
Huge garden.
It had a cooker and a dishwasher. It had its own cave, so that it had plenty of storage space in there. It had a big garden.
Huge garden, absolutely
big garden.
Yeah. Good football pitch garden.
Yeah, really lovely big green garden.
Yeah.
It was kind of on the outskirts of a town, literally on the outskirts, with accessibility, really easy access.
Which was useful for us when we first moved here, so we could actually, we were close to everything we needed at the time, and we allowed us the scope to go out and find what we needed as well past that, didn't it?
Yeah, and it had regular buses that went in and out to take you into town. Then it had 2 bedrooms upstairs, no, 3 bedrooms on the first floor.
Yes, 3 bedrooms on the first.
And then it had another 2 double rooms at the top of the house that
Yep.
they'd converted
Yep.
the attic.
It did.
So there's 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, plus quite a big wardrobe, like walk-in wardrobe, and it had a big family bathroom as well on that floor. So it was quite a big house, actually.
It was, and a good area.
A good area for them, and for the money, it was very, very, very beneficial for what we needed. It was perfect for what we needed, actually, to give us the space and the scope after living in the UK and getting over here to be able to do what we needed to do and find what we wanted to find. Allowed us to venture out into the area, didn't it?
And we thought we would end up there maybe for about 2 years. And we were only there for 9 months in the end.
No, it flew by. I couldn't believe
9 months, and we were in our own home. So, but it served us well, didn't it?
It did.
So that was €895 for that house, and it was fairly straightforward, wasn't it, to rent for us?
It was. You needed to have proof of income and all those sort of things, and identification, previous rental stuff, all these sort of
Did we
things.
need a French bank account?
Yeah, you needed a French
You
bank
needed a
account.
French
You needed a
bank
French bank
account.
account as well.
Yeah, we had to open a French bank account, I remember that now.
We did.
Yeah.
We've done that before we actually moved back over here.
We did, yeah.
I think.
When we were staying with my mum, didn't we?
Oh no, actually we didn't.
No, when we were staying with my mum, we went and opened a bank account.
Oh, is it then? Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was actually, wasn't it? Just before
we did all of that whilst we were here.
Just before
with my mum, we were staying with her for a while.
Yeah, because we went and found the place, didn't we? And then we got the bank account. Yeah, it's just before, so.
Yeah, because we did need it.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
And so you need proof of a French address and all this kind of thing when you open a French bank account, but that could be another video. But otherwise it was all pretty straightforward, but we had to pay a month rent in advance.
Yeah, a month and a half it was 6 weeks.
And then we had to pay a deposit, which was the same again. And there was 3,895.
Yeah, it was a month in advance, and then wasn't it 6 weeks deposit, or was it on the place and the other? No, it was 6 weeks deposit was the first one. Was one. Okay.
No.
Okay. So that one was just a month.
It was a deposit which was the same. It was the same amount as the rent for a deposit, and then you had to pay your rent, and then for that month, and then you had to pay one in advance or something like that.
Because I remember it actually. I was surprised because normally it's sort of 6 weeks you have to put 6 weeks worth of deposit you have to put down. So I was surprised actually it was only a month's deposit on that one.